Hi everyone, welcome to Home Charm. Today I'm going to share the process of how I restored this dresser and vanity set. They were with my client in her home for many years, passed down from her great-grandparents, and it's seen some better days. So the goal here was to bring the dresser back to its original beauty. I always start my furniture makeovers with by taking the hardware out and assessing like what needs to be done. So I pull all the drawers out, I give it a really good clean, and as I'm pulling these drawers out and cleaning, I look for scratches or indentations or places that are or pieces that are broken, so I know what I need to, if I need to replace or fix anything. So that's what I'm doing as I pull all of these drawers out. With this set, I actually got the tall dresser first and didn't have the vanity right away because we could only fit one piece of furniture in the vehicle at a time. So I started with the dresser and had it pretty much all the way done before I even brought the vanity to my garage to work on. So you're gonna see the process of the dresser first. I am not the best at recording things, so there are some things that I have video of and some things that are just gonna be kind of skipped in the process because I didn't always record it. I use 2 buckets, a clean soapy water, and then a bucket that I rinse the rag out in before I dip it back into the soapy water. So here you can just kind of see a close-up of what's going on with the dresser, some different things here like scratches, where the stain is starting to fade a little bit, some water rings, different things like that. Next, I'm going to show you one of the legs that it had been previously broken and they glued it back together, but you can still see some of the glue dried there, and the wheel kept falling out, so we will get to fixing that as well. Here I am putting stripper over the top of the dresser. I went ahead and started with just the top, and then after I got the top finished, I laid it on its side and did each side at a time. I use the brand Kleanstrip, but there's lots of brands out there. Here I had also applied stripper over the drawers, so I was just waiting for it to be ready to start scraping that varnish off. And I looked back over the top and realized I didn't get all of the varnish off, so I was gonna go ahead and do another coat of stripper on that and work on that again. After cleaning that stripper residue off with mineral spirits, then I was ready to sand. You have to be really careful sanding when you're doing antique pieces because the veneer is pretty thin. Then I cleaned out the indentations with this little brush to get all the sand out of those spaces. Okay, the wheel keeps coming out of this one because it had been previously broken and re-glued together, but it's not quite even, and so this isn't able to stick in to this part. So my neighbor Stan's coming. He's really good with woodworking. He's gonna come and see if we can and help me try to either break this off and re-glue it, or if it doesn't come apart, he said maybe we can saw this piece to get these even and then tap this back in.
Guarantee it. You see the glue's gonna go in there. You got a rag?
Yeah. This is kind of dirty. Is that okay?
Wipe this off.
the detail on this dresser was so beautiful. I wanted to make sure not to cause any damage to it, so I did use a stripper on it, and then after scraping the varnish off, I used mineral spirits and steel wool to scrub it as clean as I could. Here you can see how I sanded the legs. I needed to do those by hand as well. Here it is with the wipe on poly applied. Pretty much done, but I noticed this edge is a little lighter. I guess it didn't stain as dark as I thought it would. In comparison, I have the original of its like a matching set to it. This I haven't stripped and done anything with, so it should be a little darker like this. So I'm gonna do another coat, I guess, or another stain on there, but I love this wood grain. I don't know, maybe I'll stain that again too. Maybe it's right. But then it needs 2 more coats of like the wipe on poly. That's what I used on the top. Look how pretty this wood grain is. So I'm really excited about this though. So I'm gonna pull these drawers out, do this, and maybe each of these one more time just to get them. Now onto the vanity. The vanity had 2 missing knobs and I wasn't able to find the exact matches of them, so I did end up ordering brand new knobs that were like, they looked vintage, so they still worked really well with the character of the dresser and vanity. I ordered enough for the vanity and 2 to allow the dresser to match. Those are my children. Here you can see how I apply the stain. I really love this wipe on stain. It's very forgiving and it just covers really well. It's like a stain gel. It's by General Finishes, and the color I chose is called Antique Walnut, and I just think it looked so good on this set. I used that same Antique Walnut stain, gel stain on the outer parts of the drawers, like the design portion. And then for the actual main part of the drawer front, I just used a wipe on poly, and the original wood color is what shows through on those. Probably I should have taped these off, but I did take it nice and slow. This video is sped up, so I wasn't actually working that fast. I only once or maybe twice went outside of the lines a little bit, but I was able to just clean it up with a little sandpaper after it dried. I don't know what it is about painting and then watching these painting videos, but it's just so therapeutic for me. I just think it looks so pretty. I had one drawer that a piece of it was missing and I couldn't find it to fit back in to that spot. And so I filled with wood filler, and then I just matched the color as best I could with some acrylic paint. And it actually was pretty close. The color chocolate was pretty darn close to that stain color, so it worked out really nicely. And once I had the top coat over it, it's hardly noticeable. You can tell if you look closely and if you're looking for mistakes, but it really looks good. Here's how I use the wipe-on poly. I just pour a little bit on. Actually, you can be a little generous with it. And then I use a blue shop towel to wipe it, and that just is what works for me. But look at how this wood, look how this wood finish takes this poly on, and the color and the way the wood grain just like dances on these drawers. It's just gorgeous. I love this part of the process. I did 3 coats of this poly to ensure a really protective finish. I just post little...
Yeah. Oh, that really did turn out nice.
And here it is. I also had the mirror that I refinished and forgot to video any of it, but my client sent me a picture of it in her room with the mirror attached, and I'm just so happy with how this turned out.